Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today in this video I just want to spend a short time chatting with you guys about something that I think is a very important component to cycling, and something that I'm learning over time to become more and more important, and that is the importance of mental toughness in your cycling, especially if you're a performance-based cyclist or you're looking to achieve specific performance goals out on the bike. And a couple things you can do to become a more mentally strong rider, which can have a big impact on your riding. Now, obviously, training your fitness is a very critical component to cycling or any kind of endurance sport. But one thing that one thing I have been learning over the last couple of years, and that I'm discovering to become more and more important, and I would even argue equally as important as the physical component of cycling, is the importance of mental toughness and just how far that can go for you in your riding, especially, like I said, if you're competing in specific events. I have literally been in situations out on the bike where I really didn't physically have a whole lot more to give. In fact, if it wasn't for the situation going on, I don't know as if I would have been able to continue, physically. But I've been able to just push myself. I've been able to push myself farther from a mental standpoint. And that has had a significant impact on my own cycling. And a couple things I'm noticing here now is that, of course, you guys know I've been riding on Trainer Road here the last several weeks on my indoor training program. And I tell you what, one thing that I really think Trainer Road is great at is it can be great for helping you train your mental toughness on the bike. And what I mean by that is, for anybody who's not familiar, when you're doing your Trainer Road workouts, like for example, they have one workout, I did it last night, it's called Kawia, and basically it is a 5 by 10 minute at or near threshold interval workout. And I tell you what, if your FTP is properly adjusted, if you have a pretty good grasp on where your FTP is, this is an outright, difficult workout to achieve, and you have to push through it mentally more than you do physically. Like for example, on last night's ride, like I said, you're doing 5 intervals. Each interval is 10 minutes long, and you are very close to FTP. You're not actually at FTP, but you're within like 10% of it. And on a couple of intervals, you're actually within like 5% of it, if that. You're like within like 2% of your FTP. You're right up there. And the first couple, 2-3 intervals, they were very difficult, but I was able to get through them. I was able to get through them. And then the last 2 intervals, of course, as your body becomes more and more fatigued, it's harder to continue to push out that power, that FTP power, the more intervals you go and the longer you've been riding. And, the last 2 intervals, interval 4 and interval 5 last night, I had to dig mentally through that effort. Like I said, I said this before in a lot of videos, there's been times in these Trainer Road workouts where I'm like halfway through the interval and I'm like doubting myself whether or not I'm going to be able to finish it. And I just have to basically, relinquish your mind of all thoughts and just focus on turning over the pedals. And I think Trainer Road has been great for me at helping me cultivate some more mental toughness, because I'm just not willing to back out of the interval, and I'm not willing to backpedal during these intervals. And I basically have told myself I am either going to pass out, fall off the bike trying, or I'm going to get through the workouts. And so far, I've been able to get through them. And I'm going to continue to slowly nudge up my FTP over time doing these workouts. And I'm hoping that, I'm going to be able to build not only, strong physical fitness, but I'm going to be able to cultivate that these very difficult trainer road workouts are going to help me cultivate more mental fitness, more mental toughness. And that's going to have a big impact on my cycling. It already has had a big impact on my cycling. And, indoor training can be a great way to work on this aspect of your riding, because when you're doing specific intervals, when you've got, 6 minutes left in this interval and your heart rate is, popped through the roof and you're on the brink of your physical capabilities, you've got two choices to make. Back out of the interval or, force yourself to work through it. And so far, I've been forcing myself to work through it. I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm hoping that this is going to help me build a stronger foundation of mental toughness, which inevitably is going to help me out on the road, especially in my upcoming races. So just wanted to film this short video for you guys, just talking to you a little bit about the importance of mental toughness. The more I get into cycling, and especially the more I get into performance-based cycling and really pushing my physical abilities, the more I'm discovering that the mental side of it is, in my opinion, equally as important as the physical side. And there's no doubt that cultivating stronger mental fitness and mental toughness is going to help you out on the bike. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. As always, I appreciate your guys' support here in the channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys here in the next video.